Review for Fate, the Winx saga. Honestly, I was not expecting the popularity it's getting so far. It's number one in so many countries, including United States where I live, and it's top search too. Because I remember I was going there to see something, and it was top search, Fate the Winx saga, and even my dad was like, he was like, Molly, is that new Winx show on Netflix? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I saw it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh. Well, he didn't see the show, like, he saw the poster or whatever, but I was like, oh, that's cool. But anyways, I want to give my review. I just want to say my overall review of this is a 9.5 out of 10. Because, even shows you do, even your favorite show, there's still going to be stuff to critique about it. And, obviously, this is their first season. There's gonna be critiques, and I'm gonna critique it. So, by the way, this will contain spoilers. This isn't a maybe. This will contain spoilers. So, if you haven't seen all 6 episodes, please don't watch this video. Okay, I have a list of things to talk about. So yeah. First thing I want to do is talk about each character. So first, I want to talk about Bloom, which is the main character, played by Abigail Cohen, and she did a fantastic job. I do not watch The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, but I have seen a few clips, and she was amazing as Dorcas, and she just was so amazing as Bloom. She really seems like she really, did everything she could to, really play the character well. And the character herself was very much like her in the cartoon, except she was more rebellious and a lot more mature, in a sense that she owned up to her mistakes and, didn't keep making the same mistakes over and over like Bloom does in the cartoon. And she is a very relatable character in the sense that it doesn't get along with her parents, and that she is not popular and she's nerdy, which is kind of what Bloom is like in the cartoon, but it's a cartoon. She's not going in cartoons, they're not as relatable as they are in, dramatic teen shows like Fate the Winx Saga. So I think that seeing the side of Bloom really makes people like her more, which made me like her more. And yeah, she's one of my favorite characters in the show. Abigail Cohen did a fantastic job. And Bloom just didn't get her powers because, she did. Because like in a lot of things in the cartoon, Bloom just got her powers just because. But in the show, in Fate the Winx Saga, she really had to work hard. And she really, had to fall behind on some things and learn and grow, which is what Fate is about, learning and growing. Stella. Now, this is the character that changed the most, in my opinion, from the original cartoon. She still has the sense of being a diva and fashionista and all that. Hold on a second. Okay. And she still has her Solaria ring that can transport people to different dimensions, which I love, because I know a lot of fans were going to be upset if she didn't have it, and she does have it, so that's a good thing. And yeah, she's a bitch in the show, or at least in the first maybe 3 episodes, and I think most of that is coming from her mother, which I will talk about later. But she's in my opinion, a very insecure girl, and very, just trying to look for herself, and she really depends on other people for her happiness, especially Sky. And in the cartoon, I always thought if this was a more mature show, Stella, sorry if you hear clapping, my brother's being weird. Stop, please! Anyways, Stella, in the cartoon, if it was more mature, Stella would definitely be a lot more open about her insecurities and, much more relatable. And she is a lot more relatable in Fate the Winx Saga, because she shows her insecurities, and she shows and she shows her, she shows the more relatable, insecure teen side of her that we didn't get to see in the cartoon, and, you know, her jealousy is really annoying and mean, but, you know, it didn't last that long, and the scene that really stuck out to me was where Stella was telling Sky that she depends on his strength to keep her happy, and that just shows that she fakes all this confidence, which, you know, a lot of popular kids do nowadays, fake their confidence and depend on other people for their happiness. And yeah, I think Hannah, I don't know how to pronounce her full last name, so I'll just say Hannah. Hannah did a great job at playing Stella. She is so beautiful. Like, every time Stella came on the screen, I was like, ah! Like, Hannah is very beautiful, and she's perfect as Stella. And yeah, I really thought Stella wasn't going to change that much, but she changed a lot. I don't really know how I feel about Stella changing that much, because, you know, the cartoon she's very bubbly and cheerful and bright, but also very dramatic and bitchy. So yeah. And also, there's a scene where I actually, on my Winx Instagram, I actually commented this on one of Fate's posts, and it got over like 200 likes. It said, and because in season, yes, sorry about that. Anyways, what I was saying, that in season 1 of the cartoon, Stella said her parents don't care about her unless she brings a bad grade home. And if, like, they incorporated that side of her parents, or her mother, for a matter of fact, in Fate. But yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about before that. I know it's about Stella, but I don't remember. Hannah was great at playing her. She's beautiful. Stella's beautiful in the show. Hannah, perhaps. Yeah. Aisha. I heard some critics say that Aisha is the token black character, and I completely disagree with that. I think she was just trying to help Bloom. I have definitely seen shows with the token character that's POC, and I don't think Aisha's one of them, because she has her own personality and character arc and things like that. I'm just kind of upset they didn't make her a princess, but I think that's supposed to be more of, like, Stella's thing, because, you know. But anyways, but yeah, Aisha is a great character. Precious Mustafa played her very, very well. And I think that Aisha was a strong, helpful character. She helped Bloom a lot, and I didn't like when she told Miss Dowling that they let Rosalind free. Like, that was so unfair. Even if it wasn't right, you know, she can't snitch her friends. There's just some things that there's things that you don't snitch on people for, and that was one of them, especially on your friends. Alright. But yeah, Aisha's a great character. I loved her. Yeah. Tara. Tara became a fan favorite, because I think it's because a lot of teenagers can relate to her, because she is very insecure and always thinks about what she's saying, and Musa always, you know, Musa's always the one who reads her emotions and displays it, and, yeah, she definitely appears to be a happy-go-lucky, chatty girl, but she's really a tough, smart, powerful person that she just kind of hides, and she's insecure about what side she shows, which I really think that was relatable, and she's adorable. I love Tara, and Elliot Salt did a fantastic job, and Elliot Salt is finally back on Instagram, and I'm begging that nobody cyberbullies her. Yeah, Tara was a great character. I loved her. Musa is one of my favorites in the show, even though she's whitewashed, but Musa was one of my absolute favorites in this show. She's sassy, she's funny, she's witty, she's also very caring, and her powers are so cool. They seem like they suck, but I mean, yeah, her powers feel like they're difficult to deal with, but she's a very strong person. And yeah, she's just very, like a very sassy. I love the line where she says to Aisha, "I hate you. I'll always hate you. I hate your children. I hate your children's children." I like laughed out loud at that line. And yeah, Alicia did a great job at playing Musa. And obviously, you know, the whitewashing was a big issue, but it still is an issue, but, you know, at least she did a good job of playing her. And did a good job at really capturing what the original Musa had, which, I mean, Musa's personality, or original personality, kind of faded, like, after season 4 or 5, into, you know, a girly girl, and, you know, like Bloom and Stella type of person, but her original character, like, from seasons 1 through 4, was a very witty, sassy, strong person, and I feel like they definitely had on the show, but also Musa is very, in the cartoon, she's very sensitive and emotional, and I definitely feel like that in the live action was also very prominent, also because her mom did die in the live action as well. So, you know, she's a lot more emotional and sensitive too, and the side rarely shows in the live action, but it does show. Sky changed a lot from the cartoon. You know, Sky was definitely a lot more sweet and sensitive in the cartoon, but in the live action he was a lot more tougher emotionally. My back hurts so bad, I'm sorry. But yeah, he's a fixer, like he says. He cares about other people a lot. Danny Griffin did a great job playing him. I saw a TikTok video of someone saying, "Oh, I'll give Fate a try." Then they saw there's a scene of the scene playing of Sky fighting Riven, and the sound they were using was going ah. So obviously people like him. So yeah, Sky was a good character. I absolutely hate him in the cartoon, but in live action he was great. He was good. I liked him in live action. He's very forgiving, sweet. Not really sweet like in the cartoon sweet. Like, he's a very forgiving person, and you know, his dad supposedly died. I'm saying supposedly, I'll understand why later. Yeah. Beatrix. I love Beatrix because she's such a complex character. Like, there's times where you're like, is she evil? Is she not evil? Is she just misunderstood? Is she just broken inside? Like, and that mystery hasn't really been solved yet. I think it's season 2 that will kind of wrap up Beatrix's personality, and is she really evil? But you know, I love, I'll be right back. I have to eat dinner, but I'll finish this video later.